And here's hoping my technology holds out.
Yes, mine also. So we are live. Welcome to the first webinar for Friday. Hi everyone.
Hi.
There isn't everyone to say hi to.
They'll be in everyone.
No, be a someone.
Yeah. Yeah. Via someone. Yeah, so it's Friday though. We made it to the end of another week.
hmm
Um, and at the weekend, how appropriate, even though it's probably going to lower our spirits at the end of the 50
hmm
minutes because we'll recognize all the things we can't go and do.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. So, so I understand today we have a viewer now, so you're having some camera trouble, but your voice is loud and clear. No problems with that. So,
Good.
yeah,
Okay. And with our viewer, please say hello to us. Maybe tell us your name and what school you go to.
yeah. I'll make a little banner for this. If we
hmm
catch any other people,
Yeah, and we can introduce ourselves as well.
sure.
So my name is Emily, and I work in Milan Meraviglio. I am originally from the UK, from the middle of England.
From Wolverhampton.
Yes, that's
Do you know
right, but it's
I
not famous,
it's
so I
it's
don't tell everyone.
funny like because the name of it to me sounds very it just sounds very very British this to me,
Mm,
Wolverhampton. And what was I watching? I was watching something on TV like last week and they were in Wolverhampton and I was like, "No
really?
way." I know that they picked this town to be obscure to just probably to represent just like the random British city.
Yes.
And I turned to Andrea and I was like, "Emily's from Wolverhampton." And he was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes,
Did you
she is."
understand the accent? If you
I,
heard people
well, the
speaking
thing
the
is that
accent.
now I can't remember what we were watching and why they were in
It
Wolverhampton.
wasn't Peaky Blinders or something, was it? That's
No,
yeah,
I
that's in
feel
the
like
same
it was a
area.
movie. I can't recall because lately we've been
Oh.
the show we've been watching mostly is it takes place in Philadelphia,
Mhm.
but we must have been watching a movie that had a scene,
Wow.
uh, and for some reason, and I don't even remember if they just referenced Wolverhampton or if they were there, but I think they
Okay.
were there.
Still
I'm
quite
gonna think
rare.
about it. I'll let you know.
Okay, please do. I'm very, very curious. Yes, but I asked about the accent because in a study, then the Wolverhampton or Birmingham accent was considered worse than silence in all the UK accents
Well, do you have
in
that
the
accent?
list. No, I don't, because neither of my parents did, and I
Okay.
lived in other places. Um, but it is an interesting accent.
I have a good friend. Well, so we've lost touch, but when I was living in China, one of
Mhm.
my best friends when I lived there, her name was Becky, and she was from Cheshire.
Mhm.
And I don't
Yeah.
know where is, but that's
So
like
Cheshire is similar. It's a bit further north.
okay. But she used to say that she had like a bad, that her accent was considered like a low
Mm,
English, but she had lived in
yeah, it is.
London for a while. So when she
Mhm.
spoke, I was like, "You sound really like
Yeah.
To me." And then sometimes she would say, "Hold on a minute," and then she would switch and let go
Mhm.
of her learned London
Wow.
accent, and then I would say, "Oh, there it is, there it is."
Yeah. No,
I liked
I
it
can do
though.
that a bit, but not to the same extent, probably.
This is all
Sometimes I notice it in the vowels sometimes,
okay.
like
It to
that.
me is it's all an interesting thing because I don't as an American, I don't I don't hear the differences that I do, but
Hmm.
I have no idea, like what I'm hearing. And I remember
Hmm.
when I first began working at my S, um, who was new? It was Richard, because
Hmm.
Richard began the day that I began. We began together,
Oh, wow.
and he's from Scotland, though.
I'm from
Or no,
Wales.
he's from Wales. From Wales, I'm sorry. And even that for me, like I don't hear.
Hmm.
But it was
Interesting.
interesting because I remember him going to Liam and Caroline. Who did you work with? Caroline?
I met her
You met her.
briefly. Yeah.
Oh, you were the new Caroline, I think, weren't you?
Yes, I think
Yeah,
so.
you replaced Caroline. Um, but I remember him going to them, and they all were talking about, oh, I wouldn't have thought that you were here because of your accent. And I was just like, this is not a conversation that Americans can have. And it was interesting to me because we do have very big regional accents,
Yeah.
but not some of them are very identifiable,
Hmm.
but I don't think nearly in the way that uh like in the
Hmm.
Isles, the way English has like diversified in
Yeah.
that way with accents. So kind
Interesting.
of
I
interesting.
can't recognize different American accents either, really. Maybe
Sometime when we have
Southern,
a master
but
class or a higher level thing where we can get into that, I
mhm.
will explain to you because you'll find it, I think, quite fascinating. Um, there is a vowel
Okay.
shift. A vowel shift is occurring in my area of the United
Ah,
States,
interesting.
and there's with linguistics and things just being more developed, they're finding little pockets of some really interesting Englishes in the United States, which is kind of cool.
Mm.
There's a German English that actually is like it borders on dialect, not even borders, like it
Oh,
is.
wow.
Yeah, and it's in Texas. It's called Texan German,
Wow.
which
That's
like
amazing.
who knew?
I
So
love that.
like
I love that.
and yeah, these just like isolated little towns in the middle of the
Mm.
Texan desert that at some point Germans went to
Wow.
in the 1800s, and they maintain um, a local dialect of German and English. I think what's weird about it is I think there's Spanish words mixed in with it, and it's a
Ah,
weird,
okay.
yeah, a weird mix of stuff.
Interesting.
So
Mhm.
yeah, well, I will take a moment to introduce myself
Mhm.
after our long aside.
Yes.
Um, my name is Seth. Seth Knight. I'm from the United States, from the Midwest, which is not in the middle and it is not
Mm.
west, but that's what we call it. And let's see, I'm from Ohio. I live near a very big lake. And uh, d- in the, oh, goodness, thank you. Uh, there are lots of and actually in my state in Ohio, if you go to like the southwest, especially of my state, there was a very German population, and buildings that are from maybe like before 1880. 'Cause that's still pretty
Mm.
late if you think about it in terms of history.
Yeah.
Um, it like foundation stones, big stones that have maybe like an inscription about when things were founded and things are it's quite common that those are written in German using like that Gothic script.
Mm. Yeah.
So we have
Black
a lot
letter.
of German still. And uh even many newspapers and things up until even into the early 1900s, there were German published newspapers.
Wow.
So there were a lot of Germans that came. So yeah.
Mm.
Ah, Maria is talking up a storm. Hello,
Amazing.
Maria. Thank you. An
Hi, Maria.
actress. Maria,
Wow.
yeah, what kind of actress? Do you act on TV? Do you act in the theater? What what kind of acting do you do? That's very um yeah. an interesting job.
It
And
is, yeah.
she is not
Hmm.
afraid of the coronavirus. I, I'm not either anymore because I'm not
Hmm.
going anywhere.
Yes.
I'm tired. I'm tired of the coronavirus. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
What's happening in your country now with the virus in general?
Oh, everyone is very, very afraid at this point.
Mm,
They started the lockdown this week, so
okay.
it's very new to everyone
Oh wow.
there. Um, but it's very strange because one of my friends in the UK has the coronavirus.
Oh
Like
my.
no one I know in Italy has it, and but one person I know in London does. So it
Wow.
seems
You're
very
the
strange.
first person that I know that knows
Mhm.
some you're 1 degree of separ is that 1 degree or 2 degrees?
I suppose 1 degree, but I haven't seen her in about 2 years, so we're
Ah,
not very
okay.
close.
I see. Nice. Well, not nice, but interesting
Well,
anyway.
yeah, it's an interesting time, I think,
It is. It
for the
is.
world and the UK as well.
In my country, just this morning, I saw like, oof, I think things were not managed well in the
Mm,
United States. And like in my state is a big state. We have 16, no, 12 million people. So it's quite a
mhm.
populated state. Um, and the governor, apparently in my state, they've been very firm about, because the states are quite independent. And so Ohio has been very firm to close things, and but it's not really helping because they waited too long, and they're predicting
Yes.
100,000, more than 100,000 people they think are already in just in my state are
Wow.
already infected. So yeah, my parents are being smart because they're both
Good.
70, so they're staying in,
Yeah.
and my sister lives in the country, like there's nothing around her, so
Hmm.
she's kind of she self-isolates by choice for her whole
Good.
life. So
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah, enough of that talk, I suppose.
Yes. Although both Alessia, hello Alessia,
Hi,
and
Alessia.
Maria, they are both asking how we are. How are you? And I am good. I am good.
Yeah,
I
me
am
too.
enjoying the time. I am always busy.
I am too. I think the first week felt difficult because it was
Yes.
new, but now it's okay. I mean, it's kind
Hmm.
of I've made routines for myself, and um yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It becomes familiar.
Yeah, well, I think what next week is the end of this first period,
Hmm.
but I'm not very optimistic.
No.
Not
No,
yet.
I'm not either.
So get used to the to being home. It's all right. Yeah. Maria asks, "Are we afraid of the situation?" I'm not afraid. I'm
No.
careful.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not leaving my house often at all.
Hmm.
Um, I think when was the last time you went out, Emily?
Oh, um, I left my house. I left the building more than a week ago.
I think for
Um,
me, yeah,
but
it's
I
too.
do need to go to the shops today or tomorrow, I think.
Yeah. I went the last time I was out was well, yesterday was 2 weeks that I the last
Hmm.
time. We have food delivered, but
Right.
but a few days ago, 2 days ago, I think um I went to take the trash down outside the house, and actually the bins for the trash are in like a cellar under the building.
Hmm.
And when I went into the small room with my trash bags,
Yeah.
there was a man in there doing the same, and we
Mhm.
scared each other because we weren't expecting to see people. And
Yes.
so and then it's strange because then the hall is very narrow, so you have to get
Mhm.
close to one another. And
Mm.
he was like, he said, I feel like I'm fine. I'm sure you're fine, but we're not supposed to do this. I said, I'll go out. Don't worry, don't worry. So I left, and then he was laughing and he said, It's so weird. We don't know how to even be with people anymore."
Yeah,
you know. So
I know. It is amazing.
uh, it is. It is. Maria's told us in Italy we must stay at home from from the 9th of March to April 14th. From and to. Yep, correct. Is it the 14th of April? Oh my.
Oh, maybe they changed it.
Maybe they did. I'm not reading anymore. I don't care. I'm
Mm,
tired.
yeah. Yeah, I try not to. I
Yeah.
hear the UK news from my family and friends.
Yeah, same with
Um,
me, and my mom and my sister and friends are sort of like 2 weeks behind us.
mhm.
So I'm recognizing in them the sort of the worry and the panic that maybe we did have, because at the beginning there was a sort of fear, um, or there was a confusion about everything.
Yeah.
And now I think for all of us, our confusion has become sort of a boredom, but not
Mhm.
like a and they're in the confusion phase. So I just kind of say,
Yeah.
just wait, you'll be okay. In a week,
Mhm.
you'll just want to go outside.
Yeah. Yeah. As I
So
said, it becomes familiar quite quickly, I think.
yeah.
Okay, maybe we can change the subject
Yeah, let's
now.
go to the weekend. Let's go
Let's
to the
do
weekend.
the weekend. Yes.
3
Okay.
weeks. Yes, I think we've all been home for 3 weeks, Alessia. Oh,
Mhm. Okay, so we have some weekend activities. If we imagine that there is a normal weekend, questions and the third person. So he and she and it.
yeah.
Uh,
At the weekend. We can imagine a wonderful weekend.
after this is over.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some questions to start.
Mhm.
So again, we can discuss the answers, but please write to us in the comments also.
Yeah. Please type
Okay.
your, yeah, feel free. Alessia, or is it, who's not Alessia? It's Maria who's being very active. So
Yes.
please, Maria, if you want to answer these questions as we talk, you can write an answer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so for number one, we have what do you usually do at the weekend?
Um, what do I usually do? Oh, I enjoy actually thinking about this. What do I usually do? Getting outside
Yeah.
of, um, usually on the weekend, I like very much to uh, keep a balance because I don't work. Sometimes I work
Mhm.
Saturday, but I'm going to think I'm not working.
Yes.
um, but so I like to keep a balance of seeing some people, so doing some activities, but also having a good amount of time to relax. And
Mhm.
often on Saturday, um, often on Saturday, I do something. I go out. Maybe we go to another little town to visit, or a movie, or dinner with friends, a
Mhm.
museum. But then on Sunday we like to just to do nothing, to stay home, to
That's
let
nice.
Sunday just be a total relaxed day before work begins again on
Mhm.
Monday. How about you? We
Yeah,
still need to go to a museum, Emily. When this is
we
all done,
do.
we
We do.
are we're leaving Milan and we're going to another town and going to a museum.
Yes, we need to
No
do this.
choice, no options. I said we're
No,
doing
no, I am up for that. That sounds good.
it.
Yeah, so I usually it's similar for me. I like a balance of being social, of seeing people,
Mhm.
and relaxing. So I think usually on Saturday I do nothing. It's normally that
Mhm.
way around,
Okay.
and then Sunday I normally see someone,
Okay.
especially if it's the free museum Sunday.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my friend Olivia and I always go to a museum on those days.
Oh, nice. I would be happy to go with you one time.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
to see
think
Olivia
the
too.
problem now is that we've visited all of the good ones that are free in Milan. Um,
Sure. Sure. Um, let's see. Alessia and Maria have both given us their answers. Alessia says, I usually go out with friends and do several things. That pretty typical
mhm,
weekend. Maria, so Maria has to work in the morning on
right.
Saturday, and then I go out
Hmm.
with my friends. Um, Maria, on Sunday, I usually go to church, and I often go to the cinema in the evening.
Uh,
Nice.
I like
Very
going to the
nice.
cinema.
Yeah, me too. I prefer being active. Uh-oh, look, Maria, look at the name of our lesson, At the Weekend, and look at your answer. I prefer being active at the weekend.
Hmm.
But thank you for all of your comments. They're very good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I prefer being relaxed at the weekend.
me as well. Sure. I have a question related to these for you, Emily.
Mhm.
Do you stay in your neighborhood? Do you have any special bars or places in your neighborhood that you visit, or do you travel all around the city?
I normally travel because I moved to this neighborhood, to this area in January.
Hmm.
So I don't know many places here, and most of my friends are in other areas.
Okay,
So when I see people, I go somewhere central or to their area.
sure, sure, nice. We have a few.
Mm-hmm.
Maria prefers being active. I prefer I prefer relaxing. I prefer relaxing,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't because of my job. Alessia says I go or I
Mm-hmm.
travel all around the city. Nice. I live in my neighborhood. I have lived here for about 1 year. And in general, I also Milan is so big. Milan has so many
Mm-hmm.
things to do, but I enjoy also becoming a regular. I like that
Mm-hmm.
idea of knowing my neighborhood. And
Yeah.
so in my neighborhood near my house, we have a very small uh, wine wine shop, but it's not like a fancy, like cool Milanese thing. It's quite
Mm-hmm.
simple, quite plain. Um, but the people are really, really nice. And
Good.
yeah, and they're a family that runs it. And so sometimes in the evening we will go get just a glass of wine and maybe a small, meat and cheese
Hmm.
when we don't want to cook. And
Yeah.
also, I've made friends. I find in Italy this is very useful if you go to an independently owned shop. like not Eselunga or Carrefour, but these small shops.
Hmm.
Um, if you become friends with the owners, they give you things.
Wow.
um, not, but like, and so in my neighborhood, I have there's a cheese shop where they make
Hmm.
fresh cheeses, mozzarella and ricotta cheeses and things. And so we buy our cheeses there, and they taste very good because they're super fresh. And
Hmm.
usually the lady, she knows that they have sometimes a little dessert ricotta that has vanilla mixed
Oh,
in with
wow.
the cheese, and it's really good.
It sounds good.
And yeah, and she knows that I like them, and often sometimes I don't even notice, but I get home, when I arrive home, I look in the bag, and she'll put one of these little cheeses in with what I buy. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, and also because I think that she appreciates that we speak in Italian together, and she knows that I'm American, and usually I will tell her what I'm cooking. So I need this cheese or I'm making this particular dish. What cheese
Mhm.
can I put with this food? And
Right.
it makes her very happy. Um, so she gives me advice. She gives me she takes the price. So if the price is
Mhm.
€5.20, she just makes it five. And I
Oh.
like this about Italy though, because in my
Mhm.
country it's they don't usually do that.
Mhm.
So
No,
yeah,
in mine too.
yeah. So also the butcher where I buy, there's a butcher with very good meat. It's kind of
Mhm.
expensive, but when we want some special meat, um, we go there, and it's similar. I had my turkey for Thanksgiving from there,
Oh,
and this big turkey, he was very excited to order the turkey.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Amazing. Okay.
yeah,
Maria is telling us about Naples.
uh-huh.
Again, Maria travels all around the city because
Hmm.
it's so big. Yeah, okay. And you have an opera bar, galleries.
Very nice.
Yeah, very, very nice. Okay.
Remember that we need a verb. I
Mhm.
travel, go all around the city. There we go. Just a little correction. Our city is so big. Naples is a big city. Naples is a big city. Nice. Cool.
Okay, thank you, Maria.
Yeah. Aha.
Okay, so this is quite a useful activity,
Hmm.
especially when people do forget to include the verb. This will hopefully help you to remember to think about which verb we use with different activities. So please tell us what the correct verb is for the activities. We have go, watch, and read are the choices here. Oh, hi, Chiara. I remember
Right.
you
Yeah,
from
me
earlier
too.
this week. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah. Alessia says in her neighborhood they must take the car
Mhm.
because there is nothing.
Oh,
Too bad, yes. Then you need the car for sure.
yes.
Hi, Chiara.
Okay,
Cool.
great. It's nice to see everyone interacting with each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, and so maybe you guys at home again, if you want to tell us um, with each verb which activities
Mhm.
can we pair with these verbs? Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we will read them first for pronunciation. So maybe Seth, I'll take the first half and you can take the second half of these.
Sure.
So you have newspapers, movies, shopping, magazines, TV, soap operas, and for a walk.
And then we have to the beach, running, books, out, films, the countryside.
Okay, and we have some answers here. Okay,
Yeah,
um,
nice.
so I think newspapers is the first one. We have
hmm
go for shopping and to the beach
There we
and
have
read.
several for read, newspaper. Yeah, so far so good. I know that yeah, so newspapers, we can read newspapers.
Hmm.
There we have a few from Maria who's got movies, TV, and films we watch. Chiara says go out. Yeah, exactly. Go out. Nice. Uh, go shopping, magazines, TV. Maria's got TV. Watch TV. I think we've got
Hmm.
most of them. I
Amazing.
don't see soap operas
Hmm.
yet. Maybe though, do any of you at home know what is a soap opera? Because there's a bit of vocabulary.
Hmm.
What is a soap opera? Um, while we wait to see if anyone can tell us, because I know that you need to wait for the click.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
soap opera though goes underneath watch. You watch a soap opera. Maybe in a moment, if we don't get an answer, we can tell them what it is. But
Mhm.
this way, we can continue with our
Yes, good
activity.
idea. Okay.
Chiara has go for a walk.
Mhm.
Chiara also, I see up ahead, go to the beach.
Perfect.
Ooh,
What about
Maria's
running?
given us lots of them. Go running, go
Mhm.
out. Um, books. I've seen books. There's books up
I think we
here.
have
I think we've
everything.
got them all.
We've got them all. Perfect. So go is the most common. And
Yeah.
I think someone said earlier also go to the cinema. So the cinema goes under the first column also.
Yeah. So we
Or any
watch the
place.
movie because maybe you can watch a movie at
Mhm.
home,
Yeah.
but you can go to the cinema and
Mhm.
watch a movie.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. So go is always for the place, for the
yeah.
location.
Aha. So, Maria, our actress, I hate
Ah,
soap
yes.
operas. They are bad acting. So, yeah, so these soap operas, what are they? They're sort of like these very melodramatic,
Mhm.
over dramatic, romantic TV shows.
Yes.
Usually in my country, right, they happen at
Mhm.
noon around lunchtime.
Not in the UK.
Ah,
Kind of early evening in the UK, maybe
okay.
7 o'clock. And yeah, some of them. I know. And
For
people
us,
watch every
we
day.
think of it as the women who traditionally the idea the women who would stay home from who didn't like in the stay-at-home wife in
Hmm.
nowadays there aren't so many of those, but
Yes.
um, so those women would watch the soap operas.
Hmm.
So
Yes, I think the same in the UK. Everyone is very sad that filming is stopping on the soap operas. They
yeah,
can't film the soap operas at the moment. Um,
yeah.
so
Maria and
everyone's
Chiara
sad.
are having a wonderful conversation
They
with each
are.
other. It's very nice to have you guys talking. I'm happy. So,
Yes.
um, uh,
Yes, you are having.
Chiara says elbow cough. Nice job. Very, very good. The elbow cough. um,
Oh,
it's nice.
Maria has a question though. Is Kiara
Ah,
funny or fun? That's a really good question.
good or good, good, good. We have an entire lesson about this.
Hmm.
Do you want to take it or do you want me to take it?
Sure. I can start. Maybe
Yeah, go
maybe
for it.
you can disagree with me. So Fun is like something you enjoy or a person that you have a good time with. So it's
Mhm.
very general, positive. Funny is about being comic. So in this case, I think this is unusual. You can use both because you are having fun with Kiara in the situation,
Mhm.
um, writing your comments, and also Kiara is funny. The comments are comic.
Yeah, I would agree that I'm just trying to write some of what you've said.
Mm,
So, funny describes a comic situation or person,
hmm.
right?
Yeah,
So,
maybe someone
movie
who
is,
makes you laugh.
yeah, yeah, maybe. So, in this case, and it's true, I think the difficulty is because sometimes we
Hmm.
can use both. Something can be fun and funny.
Hmm. Yeah.
um, but this is the example I try to give is if you think of, so like the movies, if we go
Hmm.
to a comedy, a, the movie will make us laugh, so it's funny, and because we are with our friends, it is fun, we
Hmm.
enjoy the moment. But we can also go to a movie, a scary movie,
Hmm.
and we are with our friends, and so we have fun because we enjoy the moment. But maybe the movie is scary, so the movie is not funny, but we can
Hmm.
have fun in the experience. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah, nice. And Maria and Chiara are just like
Oh,
all
they're
over the
making
place.
friends.
It's beautiful. I think they do. You too, Maria and Chiara, do you study in the same school in Naples, the same MIS? I think
I think
in
they
Naples
do.
there are two schools.
I think they do. They answered earlier.
Okay, nice.
Via Santa Brigida. Brigida. Sorry, my
Okay.
pronunciation is terrible.
Ah, yeah, nice. There. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool.
Okay. Maria also says, I am level 12, but I want to use this period to correct my basic English, not
Basic
English
English.
basic. Remember the adjective before the noun.
Nice. Cool, cool. Great, you guys.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
so
Some more.
some.
This is good because you two are very, Maria and Chiara are super, super talkative. So answer
Mhm.
the questions. Answer the questions.
Yes.
We're waiting. We're waiting because we know you're very, very capable. Cool. Oh, I think, Maria, you're saying one side and you're thinking maybe like sede, like Italian. We don't use that word in English. We would use one school. One school is in
Mhm.
Naples. One school is there another word we might use? Like one, in Italian, they use the word
Um,
seat, but in English, we
okay.
don't use that.
Maybe more often for businesses, you can say one branch.
One
So
branch. Yeah.
imagine a branch of a tree, part of a tree.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, Maria, it's fine. It's wonderful that
Yeah.
sometimes we have lessons where no one talks at all, and it's
Hmm.
very, very sad for us. So thank
It
you.
is, yeah.
No problem. Hmm. Yeah. Um,
In good company, Kiara and Maria. I like that.
yeah. Maybe you guys will be able to meet each other after this is over.
Yeah.
So okay.
Okay. So
So
this is a bit different because it includes other people in
uh-huh.
the questions. So again, you are already answering amazing. So what do you usually do with your family at the weekend?
Well, because my family lives in the United States, So the
Mhm.
only type of activity I can do with them is the phone. But I
Mm.
usually do call my mom, and usually, well, my sister, we talk a few times a week, maybe on the weekend, maybe not.
Mhm.
But usually with my family, we talk.
Yeah, that's nice. Me too. So I normally phone my family on Friday or Saturday,
Mhm.
because they are all together at that time,
Yeah, sure.
pretty much. Anyway, okay. Kiara usually goes to her aunt's house. Just
Mhm.
one comment here, Kiara. So we don't need the here. So I usually go to my aunt's house.
Mhm. To my
Okay.
aunt's house. Yeah. Um, I usually play at her house, my family. Remember, I put the correction here, Maria, that with two, um, we don't need much. If we have, uh, oh, well, with too much busy, but too much time, because busy is not a, is it because it's not a noun? I believe
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it is. So much and many, we only need those words when the following word is a noun. So like
Hmm.
too much time, too much cake. um,
Hmm.
but
Never,
busy, hmm?
never too much cake.
Yes, it's true. Never too, it's yes, just my example.
Yes,
um,
okay.
But here you have, Maria, the adjective. So just too busy.
Hmm.
Good, good. There it is. She corrected. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
I have no idea what some of these things are happening on.
Neither am I.
Ooh, nice emojis. I love
Yeah,
emojis.
lovely. A different language altogether.
Yes.
For me, anyway. Okay, so Maria also is also saying in the weekend. So remember just prepositions there at the weekend or on the weekend.
Hmm.
I think we've heard Seth say on the weekend today.
Yeah, I say on the week. Americans
Mhm.
usually say on the weekend.
Mhm. Yeah, so both of those are good. We usually don't stay together. You and your family, or maybe your best friend. Um, I'm not sure
Mhm.
which answer that was, but that's great.
Oh gosh. My goodness, it's getting a little wild.
It is. Okay. Seth, what do you think for number two? What do you usually do with your best friend at the weekend?
Well, I think it's kind of the same as my other answer because, I'm usually with, I don't know who I would consider in Italy my best friend, uh, but I'm always with my boyfriend, with my partner. But
Mhm.
like, and but yeah, I mean, but if I'm at this point, most of my friends are people from work or some other people. I'm usually with groups, so
Mhm.
doing the things I talked about later. So just, meeting for various things, theater, movies, museums, things like this. Pretty typical stuff.
Yeah.
So, hmm, the same
Yeah,
for
no,
you?
the same for me. But normally I spend time with people one to one. So it's
Hmm.
normally me and one other person, not groups. Which isn't because I dislike groups, it's just how my life usually is.
Sure.
Um, okay, Maria has said, I like to go to Baretti with my best friend Roberta and each other at the weekend. Okay, so probably we see each other, um, or we spend time with each other. So you need a verb there to be more specific.
Hmm. Yeah. I like going to Baretti with my best friend and seeing each other at the
Hmm.
weekend. Yeah, nice. And Maria prefers being with a group. For
Hmm.
me, it's kind of the same. Actually, it's what um, no, I with my friends, I tend to. I It's interesting. I usually have very personal. I prefer small groups or just individual. I really like knowing someone in that way.
Mm.
Um, and with my friends, I always found it interesting that I often, because your relationship, as soon as one more person is there, changes
Yeah.
things, you know, and
Hmm.
so it's not. I was very fortunate, especially in the during university and the years after, where I had very strong friends who I knew individually, but they
Mm.
also, there were maybe five of us that we could go between. We all knew each other so well that
Hmm.
even if we were three or four or five together, we didn't change who we were because we all knew everything, you know.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, so it was a really nice, so strong, like the friendships, you know.
Hmm.
Um, I missed those because like your friends are golden, you know, like
They
so.
are. They are. Yeah.
Uh,
No,
so
I'm very very grateful that my friends in the UK are good at messaging and are good at being in contact
yeah,
even
yeah,
now. Yeah.
yeah. I would say with some of you at my S, you're getting. I mean, slowly. It takes time, right? But
Hmm.
you're on that path for me, Emily. We've had talks about philosophy, and that's a special
We have.
person in my book.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I think once we do that museum trip,
Yes,
then
and the music and the poetry.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yes, you still need to send me your lyrics. You
I
promised
know,
you
I
would.
think about it often. Please remind me.
I will. I will. Okay. So Kiara or
Oops,
Maria?
just kid, Maria, I play guitar. I play guitar.
Hmm.
In English, we don't need any preposition. I play guitar.
Hmm.
I play the piano, Maria, also the
Yeah.
organ. Uh, Alessi says, I like going to restaurants with my friends.
Hmm.
Yeah. Remember plurals there, Alessia? I like going to restaurants with my
Hmm.
friends. Nice. Is there any small activity that we could do for like 2 minutes? I don't know if
Yeah.
I
Let's
don't know
have
what
a
else
look.
is ahead, but
So these are questions, and then again, these are making questions.
oh, well, maybe
Okay.
what if we did, I don't know, like, do you have this weekend do you try to
Mhm.
make the weekend somehow different than the other days during
Mm.
this moment?
I think during this period for me, I am trying to make Sundays reading days.
Okay.
So most of the time I watch a lot of films and I talk to people, I do these webinars. On Sundays, I'm trying to say to myself, uh, just read, just spend most of the day just reading,
Mhm.
just for a completely different change of speed, change of pace.
Yeah.
Um, which is, you know, maybe I'll have a phone call as well with someone.
Yeah.
In general, for me, really, the days are quite similar in this period.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
What about you?
I think on the weekend we try just to like change the activity. Like we've been cooking bigger things to occupy part
Mm,
of the day, but um like we usually every evening we watch some TV, but usually on the weekend we switch to games.
mm,
Um
nice.
yeah, and I wish that the weather would get warm again because I would love to be able to go out on my balcony to read and things,
Yeah.
um but no, I mean it's they are all kind of the same, but on the weekend in general, I think we try to, there's not there are many things to do,
Hmm.
but we just try to find different ways to do them, or maybe sitting in a different place, just uh
Yes.
anything we can do to just feel a little bit different.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think we're all. Oh yeah, time's up. My goodness, that went
Yeah,
fast.
wow, that's
M-
went very quickly.
I'm very
Uh,
happy that we made a new friendship between Maria and Chiara
we
today.
did. I'm sorry to interrupt
So-
it.
I know. So I'm sorry that we have to go, you guys, but
Yeah, have,
uh, I
have a
think
lovely
Instagram
weekend.
was exchanged. So
Yeah.
um, hope to see you guys later. Have a
Yes.
good day, good weekend.
Thank
Elbow
you.
cough, and we'll see you guys
Bye.
later. Bye bye.